folks, how's it all going? Hope you're keeping safe out there. Today is my first review as part of my month of Mighty Morphin Mutants and Monsters. And yeah, the real reason I'm doing this month is, well, if you're anything like me and you're a child of the 90s, there's probably two great loves of your very early childhood. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Hero Turtles if you're over here in the UK. So yeah, I loved them when I was a kid, like pretty much every other kid did back then. But of course, you go out of these things, they wane and they rise in popularity, and you kind of just forget about them. Things move on, and the shows you remember as a kid aren't really the same shows anymore. So imagine my surprise 30 some odd years later when Boom Studios decide to, well, do what studios do best and just slam two different franchises together and release Mighty Morphin Power Rangers versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A really great book series, or comic book series shall I say, that I really loved. I'm not going to spoil it because I actually really recommend you go read it. But something really amazing happens in that book. Basically, for one reason or another, the Rangers can't morph, so Zordon gives the morphers to Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo and April O'Neil, and they morph into a new team of Turtle Rangers. Just let that sink in how goddamn cool that looks. And you know what's even cooler? A couple of months later, Hasbro announced as part of their Lightning collection, they're releasing action figures of these guys, and yeah, I was dead set on getting these. They looked fantastic, I needed them in my shelf. Just one slight problem, they were about 60 to 70 quid each, and I ain't spending that much money on them, so forget that. So yeah, that was a couple of months ago, but imagine my surprise when listings start appearing online that apparently the British toy store The Entertainer has bought up all the ex-stock of these things and they're selling them for like £20 each. In essence, less than a third of their retail price. So yeah, I ponied up the dough to get the whole lot, and here we are. And up first, I'm just going to go over the basics of... I'll get into it. Okay, here's Raphael, and he is the basic body of the morphed turtles. They all have the same body, slight details, different paints, different colours, but this is the turtle body. It's really great. It's entirely new, pinless engineering, unbroken sculpt, and as you can see, the Boom Studios combined the Power Rangers costumes with the turtles, I think, almost seamlessly. The shell details of the turtles are done in the same gold and embossed pattern that the Green Ranger's dragon armour was done in, so it fits well with the Ranger motif. The Ranger costumes work well on the turtles. They've got 3 fingers, and there's the implication of 2 toes on each foot, of the boot, each boot the helmet sculpts look fantastic. They've taken the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers helmets and combined in the eye details from the Ninja Turtles masks. They come off maybe slightly as menacing, but I actually really like it. The figure itself is just painted and detailed fantastically. A lot of it is sculpted, or should I say cast in the right colours, and it really helps. There's very little paint to go wrong. The only thing that could really is the diamond patterns on the boot cuffs and wrist cuffs, but no, that looked really great. Even the morph is painted really well. And it's not a brick of a figure either. Like, for being a turtle, it's actually really articulated. It's got modern Hasbro articulation, so you've got double jointed knees and elbows, universal shoulder joints. It's got butterfly joints in there as well. It actually has waist and diaphragm joints. They're very restricted because of the basic anatomy of the turtle, the shell being there, but you do get a good bit of motion out of them. The wrists are universally jointed, so are the ankles, and all in all, the head's also a ball joint, but all in all, it's just a fantastically articulated figure that does everything you really want a Ninja Turtle to do, or a Power Ranger to do. And it's pretty well balanced as well. It is a little back heavy with the shell, but all in all, I can't complain. It also comes with a lot of accessories as well. I mean, first of all, the hand options. All the turtles have the same 3 sets of hands. There's open ones, which are, I don't know, martial artsy, relaxed hands. They look really good. They fit a lot of poses or a lot of gesturing. They're just all-purpose, useful hands. They also come with a pair of fists, general punching hands, but yet again, they look great. They're sculpted great with those with the 3 fingers of a turtle. Brilliant. And finally, there's holding hands for the weapons they come with, because, yeah, Boom Studios didn't just give them the same weapons that the Power Rangers had. They went one step further. They decided to combine weapons, and these figures come with those ones they created. Raphael's ones are a pair of sais based on the Red Ranger's power sword. they fit in little holsters on his hips or on his belt. I don't like leave them in there because they're quite big and they do get in the way, and I'm worried they're going to snap in there, but they can fit in there. And as you can see, they are beautifully sculpted weapons, combining the traditional sai of Raphael with that red power sword. They're painted really well as well. Black, gold, silver on a cast red. Fantastic. He can hold them really well. He looks great while he's posing with them. In fact, even if you want, you can take some of the splayed open hands and kind of get him in the classic sai holding hand. You get the fingers around the grip, around the top. It's very tenuous to get them held in there, but I think it looks really good. He also comes with an effect part which sticks on the end of one of the sais. It's a bit of a shame here. He's got 2 weapons but only 1 effect part. It'd be nice if there were 2, but it's a kind of glittery, clear yellow piece that implies motion and swing of the blade. It's a nice extra. I mean, as I say, I got these things for like £20 for each set of 2, so I can't really complain about that. Everything is just gravy on top. And speaking of speaking of gravy, what the hell was that, the transition? And I was going to say, that effect, even if I don't like it, I've actually found some ones I do like displaying it with. Some of the flame effects that come with Marvel Legends, they look really great attached to the sai, or both sai should I say. And yeah, that's probably how I'm going to display him if he's going to be wielding them, because it looks so cool, doesn't it? Oh, and one thing they did with these figures that they've done with all their Lightning Collection figures is you can take the helmets off and they come with an unhelmeted head. In this case, it's an unhelmeted turtle head. And as you can see, it's Raphael. It's a nice sculpt. I find it really weird seeing the pupils of the turtle's eyes. I don't know why. I know the classic cartoons had pupils in their eyes, but the turtles in these comic books, I don't know, actually having the pupils, I think freaks me out. Well, not freaks me out, that's the wrong word. It's a bit unsettling. I'd rather just had like the white eyes like in the 2003 series or the original comic books. I'm going to keep the heads, the helmets on these figures anyway, but yeah, it's a really nicely sculpted and painted head, but it still feels weird to me seeing the pupils of the eyes. So yeah, that was it for Raph. On to the next one, Leonardo. Obviously the Blue Ranger, the Triceratops Ranger. 99% the same figure as Raphael, the only difference being a different helmet sculpt, which looks really nice. And he's got a sash going across it, across his torso to represent the one he had on his original turtle design. Looks really cool. He's got holsters on the back that his 2 blades can fit into, because just like Raphael, Boom Studios combined the traditional Ranger weapons with the Turtles weapons. In this case, they combined the Blue Ranger's lance with Leonardo's sais to create these power blades. I actually kind of like them. They're a bit thick maybe for Leonardo, but they work. They fit in his hands really well. The articulation the figure has means you get some really nice sword fighting poses out of them. And yeah, I think they look really, really nice on the figure. Oh, and just like Raphael, he has an effect part. Yet again, only one despite having 2 weapons. It's a nice energy blade effect, or should I say crackling energy going around the blade effect that just slides on top of the power blade. Looks pretty cool. Oh, and there's a little bonus, you can actually combine the 2 blades together to form a double-bladed power lance. It's interesting. It's something you can do. I probably won't, but it's there. And just like Raphael, it comes with an unhelmeted head. This is a bit more stoic, but yeah, again, seeing the pupils of the eyes I think is weird, but yeah, again, nicely sculpted head sculpt with some decent paint. The next Turtle Ranger, everyone with any tastes favourite turtle, Donatello as the Black Ranger. Yeah, again, 99% the same sculpt, but this one's got obviously a different head and a different holster on the back for carrying the large weapon he comes with. I really like the look of it. The black and the gold worked well together, and yet again, a fantastic looking figure. The weapon this time is the power axe of the Black Ranger combined with Donnie's bow staff to create a power staff? I think that's what they call it in the comic books. Like a long shaft with a small axe head, somewhat like a halberd maybe, or no, halberd I think is what I'm thinking of. It looks really nice. You can hold it in his hands really well. It's not too heavy. It doesn't take him off balance, and it just looks dynamic in all the poses. And just like the others, an effect part goes on the end, which is a bit weird. It's an effect part. I'm not entirely sure what it's meant to be representing, but it's there. He also, though, comes with that's actually really, really cool. Because of something all the figures do when they're together, he comes with a copy of just the regular power axe or power cannon. It looks nice in his hands. It's not really made for the turtle gripping hands, so he doesn't quite get a decent grip on the trigger, but it looks okay. It looks nice holding it. It's got a 5mm port at the end, so you can put on blast effect parts if you've got any from, say, the Transformers toy line. The Siege blast effect parts work well in there. Technically, it should be able to transform into the axe mode, but I damn nearly snapped it in half trying to move the black part back up to the top, so yeah, I'm not going to do that. But it could, in theory, do it. And just like the others, unmasked head. This one I think looks really weird. Seeing Donatello with those big eyes and the little goggles on top. It's nothing wrong with the way it's been done. It's just nothing wrong with the execution of it. It's just looks weird to me. Last of the Turtles, Michelangelo. Vibrant yellow here. It looks fantastic. Same as all the others, obviously, with the shell and the body and that lot, but just like the rest, I think it looks damn near perfect. The weapons, however, are a bit... They fit into holsters on the side of his belt, but once you've took them out, they're supposed to be nunchucks, but they're just constantly stuck in this sort of like folded over state. They're okay. I understand it's hard doing nunchucks as actual toy weapons, but maybe if they'd included some with an end that looked like it was constantly spinning, something like that, it'd be fine, but these are a bit lackluster. They still look okay, but I know Hasbro could have done better. Oh, and speaking of could have done better, this figure also comes with an effect part, but this one, yeah, it's supposed to be like a swooshing effect to go on the end of one of the like bladed nunchucks, but because the way they're moulded, it just looks like it's sagging, and yeah, it's not brilliant. What is actually quite brilliant is unmasked head sculpt. Actually kind of really like this one. Oh, it's unhelmeted head sculpt, should I say. Actually kind of really like this one. It's just, he looks like a derpy dinosaur, and I kind of love it. So yeah, that's it for the Turtle Rangers. But there's still another. April O'Neil as the Pink Ranger. I think in this case, I don't know if I'd have liked it more if they made her the Yellow Ranger, because the yellow would have matched her jumpsuit, but then you would have ended up with someone else as the Pink Ranger, and I think maybe Hasbro didn't want to put one of the turtles in the pink, so I can kind of understand that. But her figure is, I think, just the standard Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers female figure. I think it's the Trini version, the Yellow Ranger version, because it hasn't got the skirt. Yeah, again, I think not having the skirt is to make her costume look slightly more like the jumpsuit she wore back in the old days. It's a nice figure. It's really well articulated, butterfly shoulders, single jointed elbows there, which are kind of weedy. But everything else is matching with the turtles apart from not being pinless on the knees. So all in all, you get a really nice range of motion out of her. Really well balanced, and she looks really good. The paint apps are really clean, the sculpting is really good. From that point of view, she's a great figure. And like the rest, she comes with the hands, but not quite as many. She comes with a pair of gripping hands and one kung pu slicing hand or kung fu chopping hand and one fist. I guess there's aren't that many female hands in the collection. They haven't got the tooling for as many female hands over at Hasbro, and they'd probably blown their budget on all the new sculpting on the turtle, so I can forgive them not including a bunch of new ones. Oh, and unlike the rest of the turtles, though, she does actually come with a fair few accessories. She's got the standard Mighty Morphin Power Rangers sidearm, the Blade Blaster. That looks really nice in her hands. And she comes with the Pink Ranger's power bow. The bow itself is really nice, but the arrow it comes with is just really hard for her to hold and a bit cumbersome, but when you arm up with it, I think she looks really good. You get some decent bow firing poses, so I can't really complain with that. And yet again, it comes with an effect part, in this case a bit more of a vigorous energy arrow being fired. I actually really like the look of it. It actually stays in her hands a lot better than the normal arrow, so if you're going to display her with the bow, I'd probably actually recommend giving her this one. And just like the turtle, she has an unhelmeted head. This is actually really nice. It's done with digital printing technology, and it's a really nice face sculpt. The hair is sculpted really well, asymmetrical, just all in all a nice sculpt. And as I said, she comes with way more accessories than the other fellas. Most notably, she comes with a microphone and a camera, because obviously she's a reporter. They fit in her hands really well. They look really good while she's holding them, and if nothing else, they're really great additions to an effects or a accessories bin. That's what I meant to say. They're both painted really well, sculpted really well, and they're nice. So yeah, that's it for the Rangers, and just having a look at the team on the whole, as you can see, they look fantastic. The four turtles and April as the Pink Ranger, they all meld or gel really well together as a team. They're all painted fantastic. They all look fantastic. On a shelf, they've got real dynamic presence. And I'm really glad I got them. I mean, like, I got all these for like less than 60 quid. There's a whole other figure that came with these that I'm going to review separately afterwards. So yeah, 6 figures for like £64, I think it was, afterwards, or £66. You can't go wrong with these. The quality of them, the feel of them, the presence of them, they look absolutely stunning. And there's actually one other thing you can do with them I haven't actually mentioned yet, because in the comics, they form the Power Blaster, the combined form of all the Power Rangers weapons, and you can do it with these actual figures. Now, it's a bit rickety, and it doesn't stay together amazingly well, and it's a bit hard for them to hold, but yeah, you can make the Power Blaster, you can put a blast effect part in the end of it, and that just looks really goddamn cool. Yeah, so that was it, folks. That's my review of these figures, and honestly, I can't recommend them enough. For the price I paid for them, it's a goddamn steal. If you can get these guys at the Entertainer, pick them up. They're on the website. I think they're running a little low online, but they're still in the stores. They look just absolutely amazing with other Lightning Collection figures, especially villains and other Turtle-related Lightning Collection figures, which I'll be reviewing soon. So yeah, my final thoughts. High recommendation at the price point I got them at. Even if they were twice the price I bought them at, they're still cheaper than the original releases, and even then, I think that's probably the price they're worth. It's probably twice what I paid for them. So yeah, I in essence got these for half price what I think they should be worth. So, God, that's a really awful sentence. Yep. Basically, I'm saying I paid way less than they're worth, but they originally were a lot more expensive than they're worth. If you can go into the stores and pick them up, I'd recommend just picking them up in person. When I first got these figures, I had to send one back. The Pink Ranger was missing a hand and there's a little bit of paint, a mould problem on the arms had melted, it looked like. But the Entertainer just replaced it and there was no fuss. So yeah, if you can get them, if you can find them, get them. Even if you don't collect Power Rangers or you don't collect Ninja Turtles, they just look really great. Or if you just collect the one, if you're a Ninja Turtles fan, these go great. If you're a Power Rangers fan, these go great in that collection. So yeah, I'm so glad I got these guys. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you're not subscribed already to the channel, please subscribe for more reviews in the future. Until next time, folks, I want you all to stay safe, stay sane, and keep on rolling. And I'll see you all next time. Ta-da!